Hi guys and welcome. So I'm letting you see my messy desk for once because my computer background is actually relevant to what I'm going to be talking about, which is why I love SuperGiant Games. Because I do. Okay, so they are very consistent in all the things that I love. One, their storylines are really thoughtful. They've got these huge tragedies and they've seen different ways it affects different people. They've looked at, in Transistor, who set it about and that they didn't even necessarily mean to. It's always been about having this great power and losing control and it ending badly, which I think is fairly thoughtful. They do it in a better way than I just explained it as well. Number two, they basically have one narrator, one voice in both Bastion and Transistor. I should have mentioned that those were the games before, Bastion and Transistor. And yet with just this one voice, okay, so they have a few more voice actors, but this one overall arcing voice, they manage to give character to the protagonist who doesn't have a voice and to everyone else around them. And you really feel for the narrator. Even though while the narrator is telling the story, and maybe a key part of the story, they're not necessarily the driving force of the story. So you feel for them, you feel for the protagonist, and you just feel for kind of like everyone. The voice acting, by the way, I also really love. In Transistor, everyone's got a really calm voice, which is really comforting. Another reason, they have an absolutely stunning art style. It's kind of cartoonesque, but not unrealistic, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I just really like the art. I love in Transistor all the posters that are about of Red, and I really want one of those posters. Can you imagine if I had that poster up there while we were talking about this? As it happens, that frame is a bit broken, so it just has to have that one, otherwise I have no frame. Another reason, both games have really beautiful music. I mean, I love Zaya's song, and I love Paper Boats in Transistor. They are two of my favourite songs from SuperGiant Games in both Transistor and Bastion. The music is just amazing. If you get the games, if you play the games, definitely invest in the soundtrack as well. You will not be disappointed. Both these games are awesome in the true sense of the word. They make you just think, wow, mingled with fear and respect for the storyline. So the storyline is awesome. It's when it culminates into its end. The endings are both awesome and heartbreaking at the same time in both of those games, yet they are completely different. So I'm not going to ruin the endings. That would be really crappy of me for any of you guys who haven't played it. But the endings are just masterpieces. I love the endings. They make me cry. I cried so much. So I mentioned that I really loved Red's posters earlier. Like, I love that detail. I can't not make this video and not mention Squirts and how adorable they are. And I love Squirts. And I think I should rename my cat over there, Livia, to Squirt. Hey Squirt! Hey, how are you? Look at you over there, not letting me finish making my bed. You having a nice sleepy time, Squirt? Squirt! Cutie Squirt! Did you twitch? Did you? Look at those paws!